Impact Wrestling 1987 Season 2 Episode 4. We're in 1989 of course guys, and tonight is Impact Wrestling. 1,713 people at the ABC EPCR Centre. And in Preach About Decent Wrestling, Little Heat, the Killer Bees and the Rock and Roll Express defeated Acid Burn and the Nasty Boys in 5:42, and Ricky Morton defeated Brian Knowles by pin with a missile dropkick. Robert Gibson 45, Ricky Morton 51, Jim Burnsall 53, Brian Blair 50, Jerry Saggs 43, Brian Knowles 49, Tetsuya Kawada 65, Shane Douglas 53. Brian Knowles' performance and Jerry Saggs' performance, so that's a pretty good match. 60C to open up the pre-show tonight. We're back. We're still in Canada. Decided to do this show in Canada. In a pre-show bout, we've had Subpar Wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, El Fantasma, Liz Mark, and Rio. And still haven't changed his name. We're just going to call him Rio. Defeated Steven Regal's Conan and Dave Finley in 8:18. When Rio defeated Conan by pinfall. Liz Mark's weak link. Dave Finley 47, Conan 49, Steven Regal 46, Rio 45, Liz Mark 29 for El Fantasma 51. Conan in performance 51D+. In a pre-show about Decent Wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Blue Demon Jr. defeated John Taylor by pinfall, the Ace Crusher. John Taylor 51, Blue Demon Jr. 50. John Taylor flying and performance, which is nice. Jim Cornet did good work at ringside. 55C-. Of course, tonight, don't forget, guys, on this edition of Impact, you have got Bam Bam Bigelow and the Demon and Rick Rude taking on Randy Savage. And then we'll get on to next week's 2 matches after that. Once we've had those 2 matches, I'll put next week's King of the Ring tournament matches. Let me minimise that. So you can see Randy Savage again. He'll be here until after Summerversary, by the way, so say hello to him. He's quite terrifying, actually. 55C-. Let's move on. Good match. In the future, decent match, some little heat. Sabu, Taz, Kenta Kobashi, and El Panther defeat Tornado, Archangel, Danny Collins, and Sid Vicious in 6:50 when Kenta Kobashi defeated Archangel by pin of the Orange Crusher. El Panther 49, Kenta Kobashi 63, Taz 43, Sabu 54, Sid Vicious 33, Danny Collins 46, Archangel 45, Tornado 43. Sabu and Technical, not bad at 54C-. Not a bad match. Sorry, I'm having a drink because you know my voice gets very dry when I'm recording for some reason. In a preach about Decent Wrestling with much heat, Doink the Clown, Jerry Lawler, and Larry Zbyszko defeated Norman Smiley, Ali Parker, and Goldust in 10:16 when Larry Zbyszko defeated Goldust by pinfall. Jerry Lawler's headshots are nuts. Goldust 47, Ali Parker 54, Norman Smiley 39, Larry Zbyszko 63, Jerry Lawler 75, Doink the Clown 53. No working moves. I was hoping that this would help these guys improve. Didn't work. In a feature about Decent Wrestling with the Great Muta, Sergeant Slaughter, Roy Brookside, and Rikai Kush defeated Masahiro Chono, Mr. Perfect, Roddy Piper, and Steve Blackburn in 2026 when the Great Muta defeated Steve Blackburn by pinfall. It's only 3B-. Rikai Kush 67, Roy Brookside 47, Slaughter 57, the Great Muta 63, Steve Blackburn 51, Roddy Piper 88, Mr. Perfect 53, and Masahiro Chono 60. Roddy Piper, of course, being the megastar he is. Great Mutant Rumble, 73B-. Nice. And we start tonight we don't have an in-ring promo. We're backstage. The Nightmare Lords are there with Jim Cornette. And Jim's basically like, what the hell is going on with you two? You're meeting Cole Carmen in secret, and he didn't go. Lucky for you. I went instead and stopped it. You guys need to be concentrating on the Bulldogs. They still want your gold. And Joel's like, we was meeting Carl, didn't Jim, before his match at Genesis. And basically, I haven't put this in, but he kind of looks at the camera and you can see he's lying somehow. You can tell he's not telling the truth. And Jim's like, I don't care. Just stop. I am in charge and you do what I say. And he basically walks off and the Nightmare Lords are really pissed off. This is basically showing a real sign of what the House Cornet's like for the wrestlers. Close. I'm not doing anything with you guys just yet. In a balance of Pro Wrestling on the Heat, Ron Simmons defeated Lex Luger in 5:23 by pinfall, the Dominator. Lex Luger 51, Ron Simmons 41. Ron Simmons in Technical 50D+. Nice little match there to open up the night. In a battle of Decent Wrestling Battle Heat, the UK Pitbulls defeated the Steiners in 8:18 when Big Dave defeated Scott Steiner by pinfall, the Pitfall. In terms of ring work, Scott Steiner with 10 shots for nuts. Scott Steiner 67, Rick Steiner 57, Big Dave 39, Bulk 35, no work improvements at 58 C-. And then Jim's backstage and we see Brian Pillman, Tiger Mask and Tony Schiavone is hosting the interview. And Tony's like, what's on your mind, Jim? And he looks really pissed off. He's got to interview Jim Cornette again. He doesn't look as happy as he does in his picture. Last night, Benoit got very lucky. Whereas Black Warrior, well, that happened the way it was meant to. Now, Impact said I've got involved in the exhibition match and given Black Warrior another match against all odds. Fine, let him bring it. So he can lose again. Benoit in 4 weeks, we're cashing in our rematch clause and I'm going to get back the lightweight championship. So Jim Cornette's not happy. A 62C from Jim. Nicely done. Jim Cornette's not happy and already we're starting to see, a lot of stuff kicking off. And against all odds, it's going to be the rematches for these belts. Brian Pillman, of course, going on against Chris Benoit. And after the fripping the performance they had, I think we could see them two becoming major names over the course of the next year. And of course, we've got Black Warrior, who is going to be taking on Tiger Mask again. Because, of course, Jim Cornette got involved in the match. Probably, he as he always bloody does when we have matches. So, of course, the management have said, well, Tiger Mask got to defend his title again. 62C. Nicely done. In a decent match, the House of Cornet, Ken Nakasaki, the Nightmare Lords, and the Superflies defeat Carl Palmer, British Bulldogs, and the Young Stallions in 8:21 when Ken Nakasaki defeated Jim Powers by pin for the Kazumaki Crash after Jim Cornette interfered again. Jimmy Ocean 48, Ricky Knight 47, Turok 60, Damien 666 55, Ken Nakasaki 54, Cole Palmer 50, Jim Powers 45, Paul Ramone 46, Dynamite Kid 77, David Boy 75, Paul Ramone in Technical, Turok in Technical, Jim Powers in Technical, Jimmy Ocean in Performance at 63C. Nicely done. Yes, we want to ignore all that, thank you. Then we got Brett, Owen and Jim backstage returning and he's like, last night Ric Flair did not show up for our scheduled match because he had other commitments. No, he was scared of losing to me right here in Canada. You see, last night my brothers won their match against all odds. Ric Flair, this match will, and their match against all odds. Ric Flair, this match will happen, and I will beat you. We are still in Canada tonight because I thought I'm going to be fair to my wrestlers. Instead of flying all the way back to America for the taping of Impact, you might stay in a hotel overnight and then just be there next morning. So yes, the scheduled match of Ric Flair versus Bret Hart will happen against all odds. And then Jim's in the ring. He's like, Iron Truly, when you finish showing out your bruised ego, me and my brother want a rematch against all odds with you two. We had so much fun. We want to do it all over again. So yeah, we are booking some matches against all odds because I want to start the hype train. Choo-choo. But as you know, we do 2 Impact an episode with this because it's not a weekly one. So the hype train is rolling around the bend. Ric Flair is here tonight, by the way. He's just not got a promo. Where is Owen? There's Owen. There we go. Truly Manfred, Owen Anderson, Jim Nadine, and Owen Hart. Awesome. 69C+. Beautiful. In a very good wrestling, a decent match of the crowd, Tiger Mask and Brian Pillman defeat Chris Benoit and Black Warrior in 8:03 when Tiger Mask defeated Black Warrior by pin for the Tiger Driver. Black Warrior 58, Chris Benoit 76, Brian Pillman 76, Tiger Mask 65. 75B-. I thought I'll throw these guys into a tag match tonight like we've done before. Just to help the storylines advance. Eddie, last night the Stinger got lucky. No matter what, I'm going to be the United States champion. I'm going to fight to get a title shot against all the that I deserve. Impact, have you forgotten 3 years ago? I was the first ever Impact champion. I deserve this. 44D from Eddie. 50D plus in about a decent wrestling below heat. The Demon defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in 750 by pin of the Sky Twister press. The Demon 40, Bam Bam Bigelow 54. No work improvements. We're gonna get rid of him. Bam Bam Bigelow is out of the King of the Ring. We'll move this up now in the gap there. No work improvements. 50D plus. Nice. King of the Ring. Let's minimise that. In above a decent wrestling below Hill heat, Scott Hall defeated Vader in 704 by pin for the Razor's Edge. Vader 49, Scott Hall 67. No work for these two got eliminated last week, if you remember. I forgot about that and booked this by accident, but it works. And then Jim's in the back, and we see the House of Cornet back there. They're about to have an interview. You've got Jimmy Ocean, you've got the Superflies and Ken and Nakasaki all stood there getting ready for the interview. And he goes, tonight, you saw what happens, what the power of the Cornet is like when we team together. You see, Carl, you was very lucky last night to leave with this gold, with the gold. Then basically, before he can finish what he's saying, the young stallions of Carl Common run on set and beat the shit out of Jimmy, Ricky, and Kendo. Then they turn on Jim, they turn on to Jim, but he's running off. And Carl's like, "How's the Cornet? You're going down." 48D plus. This is also going to be a part of the ongoing storyline with, everything going on at the moment in all storylines is all going to kind of explode at Summerversary. So just be aware of that. In a decent match, Ted DiBiase, Stan Hansen, Eddie Guerrero defeated Big John Studd, Jimmy Snuka, and Sting in 8:18 when Eddie Guerrero defeated Jimmy Snuka by pin with a frog splash. In terms of ring work, Big John Studd had 10 shoulders of everyone else. Sting 58, Jimmy Snuka 58, Big John Studd 81, Eddie Guerrero 56, Stan Hansen 68, and Ted DiBiase 68. Jimmy Snuka in flying a 70C plus. And then Dusty Rhodes in the back, and he goes, "Last night Sean got very lucky. But once again, he cheated to win. Now, Sean and I have been to the board, and they have told me against all odds it is a bull rope match. And baby, I'm going to be using that cowbell so much." So yeah, against all odds, we're going to have a bull rope match. We'll have a touch the corners bull rope match. It's going to have the cowbell in it. And it's going to be Dusty versus Shawn Michaels. Are you ready to join our party? We've only got that pay-per-view and Summerversary is coming up. Our 3-year anniversary. 71C plus. Beautiful. In about that decent wrestling below heat, High and Mighty defeated Running Combination in 440 when Juice from Under Liger defeated Bob Holly by pin for the Liger Bomb. Bob Holly 54, Jeff Jarrett 59, Al Snow 55, and Juice from Under Liger 64. Juice from Under Liger and Performance, both teams showed extra chemistry together. 61C. Nice. In a good match, Dusty Rhodes, Owen Hart, Jim the Dean Hart, Bret Hart defeated Ric Flair, Trudy Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Shawn Michaels in 8:24 when Dusty Rhodes defeated Arn Anderson by pin for the Bionic Elbow. Bret Hart 82, Jim the Dean Hart 59, Owen Hart 73, Dusty 66, Michaels 90, Arn Anderson 51, Trudy Blanchard 59, Ric Flair 71. No work is a 75 B minus. A video plays hyping Rick Rude versus Randy Savage, our main event here in Canada. It's the next round. It's a first round match for the King of the Ring tournament. Who's going through? In about a good wrestling and decent match for the crowd, Rick Rude defeated Randy Savage in 25-22 by pin for the Rude Awakening. Rick Rude 47, Randy Savage 85. No worker boots. The 78B. Randy Savage is out of the tournament. Rick Rude is going forward into the tournament, guys. Now next week, representing New Japan Wrestling will be Tetsuya Fujima. He will be taking on none other than... I'm going to put these in now because the note doesn't fuck up. Masahiro Chono and Tetsuya Fujima are locking horns next week on Impact. That's happening, baby. That is happening. We're also going to have a wrestler from... I should have really done this one this week. Should have really adjusted it a bit. But it doesn't matter. All the way from Stampede Wrestling is going to be... Where is he? Makahi Singh. He's going to be taking on Jimmy Snuka. That is all to play for in the King of the Ring first round matches next week on Impact Wrestling. Also next week, Impact Wrestling has said after what happened backstage earlier tonight, Impact Wrestling have informed the board that they're going to be doing a special match. Let's see if I can find the match I want to do. Gonna do my usual. So this is all going to be coming up in 2 ticks. So you can see all this happening in front of you in 2 ticks, friend guys. So don't panic. Just gonna hit that so it all changes and then hit it again. I hate when it does this. It's like, just hurry up. I'm recording. I ain't got a lot of time because I want to get on with do the next episode. But after what happened backstage, the board of directors have ordered that the Young Stallions and Kyle Karma, wherever he is, That's calm. Will be in action against the Superflies and, of course, Kendo Nagasaki. Is an all-UK team on one side. It's an all-UK team for the House of Cornet, which is good. Where is Kendo? Oh. Would help if I was looking in the heels, wouldn't it? There we go. That's Kendo Nagasaki. So, yep, that's going to be happening next week. That is something to look forward to. Let's have a look at what our final rating was. End the show. Our final rating was a 75B-. This show increased our popularity in 45 regions. I can tell you, let's just sit here for a second. I'll show you. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying booking this at the moment. I'm really enjoying what's going on. We're now not responding. Great. Trusty does not respond when I'm trying to record. Oh well. I'm gonna stick around. Since coming back to recording these, I've struggled a bit this week, as you probably saw on WWE Weekly on Monday and Tuesday, because it's my first 2 episodes. I haven't got hardly anybody I want to play with, or anything like that to play with. So last night, WWF had Reclaiming Pride, which drew quite a lot of fucking hell. That is a ridiculous amount of fans coming to see Reclaim Pride. 87B plus, Harley Race defeated Hulk Hogan in the main event at 100. Jeez. The feedback has been getting, the show is getting fantastic reviews. Hulk Hogan put a star performance, 5-star match. Impact Wrestling was next with 75B-. The feedback from the viewers has been great, has drawn a lot of page. Iron Man Bret Hart, New All-Star Wrestling, 58C-. OCW High Voltage. Sadly, didn't have Rick Rude there last night. Sorry, guys. For New Year, just. I thought we tried to hire him. Yeah, we are trying to hire him because he's gone back to being normal. But yeah, here you go. 46D. A 46D for Monday Nitro. That's WCW. That's what I wanted to show you. We're not even there. If you go to the company wars, they're in front of. Oh no, we've overtook them. Yes, they were in front of us. We are now second. We're not battling with WWF, but it looks like we're going to be struggling with them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in a couple of ticks for the next episode of Impact Wrestling. Thanks for watching. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Anyway, instead of doing Eric Bischoff's theme tune, how about you stop incriminating yourself? In a feature by Decent Wrestling Below Heat, Taz, Roy Brookside, Al Phantasma, and Rayo defeated, and Liz Mart defeated Dave Finlay, Conan, Stephen Regal, Danny Collins, and Sid Vicious in 821 when Liz Mart defeated Stephen Regal by Prince Frankensteiner. 54C-. Liz Mart 34, Rayo 49, Al Phantasma 57, Roy Brookside 50, Taz 49, Sid Vicious 38, Danny Collins 53, Stephen Regal 48, Conan 53, and Dave Finlay 54. Conan and Technical Performance. Now, I am calling him, keeping his full name. I've decided I cannot say the ending, so just called Rayo, the same as Liz Mark, Al Phantasma. I can say certain people. Conan. Mass Conan. Short pre-show match, Acid Burn and Nasty Boys defeated Rock and Roll Express and the Killer Bees in 4:32, and Shane Douglas defeated Brian Baird by Ben for the belly to belly suplex. Tonight for Impact Wrestling, we've got 6,512 people at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois. Jim Burnsall 56, Brian Baird 53, Robert Gibson 54, Ricky Morton 58, Jay Sykes 47, Brian Knobs 54, Tetsuya Kawada 66, Shane Douglas 54. Brian Knobs and Jay Sykes in performance. 62C. Beautiful. In a feature about Decent Wrestling, Madonna Cheat, Sting and the Steiner Brothers defeat Eddie Guerrero in the winning combination in 5:46, and Sting defeat Jeff Jarrett by pinfall. Scott Steiner 65, Rick Steiner 55, Sting 69, Eddie Guerrero 64, Bob Holly 51, Jeff Jarrett 56. Rick Steiner's improving in performance 68C+. Nicely done. In a feature about Decent Wrestling, Madonna Cheat, Ale Park, El Pranfer, Benoit, Blue Demon Jr. and Black Warrior defeat the House Cornet, which was comprised of Brian Pillman, Doink the Clown, John Tenter, Steve Blackburn and Tiger Mask in 7:53 when LA Park defeated Doink the Clown by pinfall the Sky Twister Press. I think he was known as... I can't remember what his names were in WCW, but if you did not know, John Tenter is, of course, Tugboat and Earthquake. Black Warrior 59, Blue Demon Jr. 52, Chris Benoit 67, Al Panther 51, Ellie Park 49, Tiger Mask 67, Steve Blackburn 48, John Tenter 49, Doink the Clown 53, Brian Pillman 73. I do believe he was called the Shark or something because he was a member of that idiot's Dungeon of Doom thing. I don't know who booked that, I can't remember. Chris Benoit and Rumble, Al Panther and Rumble, Al Panther and Flying, John Tenter, Rumble, Techno, Flying, and Performance. John Tenter, you're getting a huge stick from me. 67C+, beautiful. In a decent pre-show match, Norman Smiley defeated Lex Luger in 606 by pinfall. Lex Luger 56, Norman Smiley 48, no work and 56C-. In a decent pre-show match, Mr. Perfect and Vader defeated the Great Muta and Sabu in 7:39 when Mr. Perfect defeated Sabu by pin for the Henningplex. The Great Muta carried the match in terms of ring performance. Sabu 59, the Great Muta 73, Vader 52, Mr. Perfect 57. Vader and Technical, you, my friend, I've got plans for you now. I know what I'm doing with Great Muta. In a pre-show bad subpar wrestling, non-existent crowd heat Tornado defeated Balls Mahoney in 5:26 by pinfall. The reason for this match was I was giving the Demon a night off. Balls Mahoney 30, Tornado 46, no work improvements. He can now go back to Global Force Wrestling, our training grounds, and continue wrestling and learning how to wrestle. So this is all a part of the face turn / heel turn / God knows what's going on hints. Let's continue. 3 years ago, nobody heard of Impact Wrestling. It was a little company in the head of Jesse, but it took off. Last year being the global phenomenon it is now. You see, wrestlers all over the industry are trying to get signed to Impact Wrestling and be able to perform in this amazing company. The King of the Ring has allowed us to bring in wrestlers from all over the world. Now I stand here tonight, trying to stop the House of Cornet's momentum and take the gold from around the waist of Shawn Michaels. You see, in 3 weeks live on pay-per-view, I'm going to win the ball rope match, and I'm going to be the champion you can be proud of. And before you can finish what he's saying in his promo, Jim Cornette goes out and goes, once again, we have a loser who comes here and forces his way into the title picture. You see, Dusty, in 3 weeks, Shawn will beat you in your own match, and he will still be champion. Jesse, you can hire anyone from WWF, WCW, any goddamn company. Nobody will beat Shawn Michaels. You see, people have tried and failed to pin my golden boy. And then with this, the Nightmare Lords enter the ring, and we saw that Shawn, basically the camera noticed that Shawn's about to attack Dusty Rhodes with a cheaper, but they just basically stand between Shawn Michaels stopping the adjuster. Jim Cornette looks really pissed, and he's like, "You two get to the back now. Dusty, we'll deal with you next week." I couldn't fill it all in, and I weren't going to do an extra angle just to put those little bits in. And that's quality lifted the segment. The colour commentary gave the segment a boost. The performance of Dusty Rhodes was fantastic. Shawn Michaels was good. Tarocco underperformed. Damien 666 did. Hinted the face turn, got a little action. Tarocco hinted the face turn, but the fans recognised it not as his strong suit. Tarocco is developing better performance skills. I don't care. I'm going to continue hinting it because it's going to freaking happen. And all I'm saying, do you want to continue with that, Trustness? Yes. In an extremely short match, Roddy Piper defeated Scott Hall in 4:59 by pinfall. Scott Hall 80, Roddy Piper 88. No work from 77B. In an extremely short match, the UK Pitbulls defeated High and Mighty in 4:33, and Big Dave defeated Liger by pinfall the Pitfall. Al Snow 63, Juice from the Liger 67, Big Dave 44, Bulk 38. Al Snow flying a 60C, not bad. And then we have this angle backstage. Oh yes, we have an angle backstage. Jim, look at you assholes. How dare you stop the beatdown on Dusty by Shawn? You're banned from the locker room for a week. For this. I've had it with your attitude recently. Damien 66 is there, and next Tuesday will be the longest champions in Impact history, when we will have held the belts for 1 year. And Tarot goes, every time anyone else retains their belts, you celebrate. We fight retained for nearly a year. We got sod all. And Jim goes, I don't care, okay? This is the changing room for next week, and they're basically in a corridor. Oh, the Bulldogs have got their match against you against you against all odds. So once again, the British Bulldogs. I'm going to try and hopefully this show is going to finally fill up the rest of the bloody card. British Bulldogs. Oop. Taking on the Nightmare Lords. Of course, the Supernatural Force are out for. Don't expect to see those two because they're out for the foreseeable future. I ain't got anything planned for them for the next 6 months because that's how long I've sent them away for after the Buried Alive match, including Paul Bearer. The camera moves and we see Carl and Kendo brawling. The Nightmares Lords get up and just basically stop it. They basically get in between them and stop it. Fine. We'll be the House of Cornet members, but we don't want you to come to ringside with us anymore. And he goes, fine, whatever, and just walks off. Yep. Stuff's now getting even worse. In about a decent wrestling below heat, Archangel defeated Goldust in 7:38 by pinfall Swanton Bomb. Goldust 52, Archangel 45, no working with 54 C-. And then we go to the back and we see that the Four Horsemen, Rick, Truly, On, and Ollie are backstage with Tony. And Rick's there and he's like, the Hart Foundation, the reason why I was not in Canada is because I was in Japan. And I am ready for my match against all odds. I'm going to be kicking your ass and will be Impact Champion. My boys missed their opportunity and you was very, very lucky to win. But against all odds, the Four Horsemen will walk out champions and victors. Woo! 71C+. The reason that promo didn't get finished is I had a phone call and I forgot I had stuff to write. And I don't know why I put unlucky. It's meant to say lucky. 71C+. Woo! The Nature by Ric Flair. And then an extremely short match, Owen Hart defeated Truly Blanchard in 5:07 by pinfall. Truly 73, Owen 60. No work improvements. Ollie Anderson did some good work at ringside. 72B-. And then we go to the back and we see Tony Schiavone's there with Black Warrior and Chris Benoit. And Benoit's basically going, people ask me why me and Black use the same promo time and going after the belts at the same time. Why? Because we are best friends. He's happy for me winning this. And the House of Cornet in 3 weeks, I'll have my first title match and I'm going to retain this title. And Black goes, thanks to Impact, I've got a second shot at Tiger Mask. And this time I will win. The House of Cornet need the power taken off them. And we're going to start it. The cracks are forming and it's going to be a huge shock when I win my first title in Impact Wrestling against all odds. So yes, Tiger Mask and Black, these two matches are already booked in. But yeah, you know, Black Warrior's been here for a while now. He hasn't won a title. So is he going to win his first title against all odds? 47D. Not bad. And in an exceptional match, Big John Studd defeated Ted DiBiase in 7:43 by pinfall. Ted DiBiase 83. Big John Studd out there with a 90. Jeez. 76B-. That's the best performance we've had from Big John Studd. In a poor match, Kyle Karma and the Young Stallions defeated the House of Cornet, Ken Nagasaki, Ricky Knight and Jimmy Ocean in a Falls Count match in 6:44 when Kyle Karma defeated Ricky Knight by the top rope splash. Kyle Karma 47, Jim Powers 47, Paul Ramone 47, Jimmy Ocean 47, Ricky Knight 47 and Ken Nagasaki 42. Paul Ramone in Rumble, Paul Ramone in Technical and Jimmy Ocean in Rumble. And then they're basically backstage after this. And they basically, you know, they basically just come back from the match. They're, you know, one of them's got a bandage over his head because he kind of busted open, which was Jim. Jim was kind of busted open, so he's got bandage around his head. And he goes, House of Cornet, sad news for your champions. The Unstallions have been given the news that against all odds we've been facing the Superflies for the gold. And Paul goes, looks like Impact are determined to get rid of you. And when we walk out against all odds as the tag team champions, we'll stand tall and proud and say, we defeated the House of Cornet. Yikey, yikey, yikes. So, against all odds, it's becoming quite a hectic bloody show, to be honest, isn't it? The Young Stallions are going to be in action against the Superflies. The House of Cornet have got, you know, the Nightmare Lord's going to lose about to the British Bulldogs. It's all to play for. It's all going to happen against all odds. 40's D-, beautifully done. In about decent, good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Jim Nadine Hart and the British Bulldogs defeat Arn Anderson and the Nightmare Lords in 7:55 when Dynamite Kid defeated Rock by pin of the suplex. We'll sort that out later. Blah, blah, blah. All the same stuff we've seen before. Jim Nadine Hart 59, Dynamite Kid 76, David Boy 75, Arn Anderson 71, Rock 65, Damien 66662. No recruits. I ignore the fact Jim Cornet wasn't at ringside. I haven't changed it yet because I was booking the show. I didn't have time to take him off managing Trock and Damien. But we'll see. It's only 5B minus. Yes, we'll continue without addressing it. Sting's in the back and he goes, last week Eddie said he's going to take my gold. Well, let's skip the board and let's do this in 3 weeks. I'll put the belt on the line one more time, Eddie. See you then. Well, it looks like Sting's had enough of Eddie Guerrero because, you know, he skipped the board of directors. He's now given Eddie Guerrero a chance to, you know, without the board, have another shot at the title. That's going to be live and pay-per-view. We've got, yeah, I think we're more or less there now with the title matches. 63C, beautifully done. In an exceptional match, Randy Savage, Dusty Rhodes, Bret Hart defeated Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Stan Hansen in 809 when Randy Savage defeated Stan Hansen by pinfall. Bret Hart 82, Dusty 85, Randy Savage 80, Stan Hansen 83, Shawn Michaels 90, Ric Flair 78. Randy Savage and Rumble, beautifully done as 77B. In above air, decent wrestling with a match, Jimmy Snuka defeated Mike Singh in 947 by pinfall to Superfly Splash. 59C, he got a 28, and Jimmy Snuka got a performance 7. He's got a gimmick that's getting stale. That's not my problem. That's Canadian Stampede Wrestling. He's only got 2 more appearances, so even though he's been knocked out of the tournament, expect him to be in a couple of pre-show matches over the course of the next few weeks. Wasn't going to put that in the main event. Tetsuya Fujima and Masahiro Chono in the main event because during 1987 and up until June of last year's, they were doing 90 rated matches in Japan. Highly doubt they're going to do that in Impact, but we'll see. Masahiro Chono versus Tetsuya Fujima is next up at 79B. And above that, great wrestling and decent match on the card. Masahiro Chono defeated Tetsuya Fujima in 25-11 by pinfall with the Yakuza kick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tetsuya Fujima will be with us over the course of the next 2 weeks heading into Against All Odds on pre-shows. But next week we've got our triple threat main matches to go. So we now know totally that we've got in the next round of the tournament, we've got Ultimate Dragon and John Tenta, we've got the Demon and Rick Rude, we've got Masahiro Chono and Jimmy Snuka, and then we've also got one more round to go, first round matches. This is now what I call the triple threat action round. None of these matches are going to be main events because these are the underdog matches. So in our first triple threat match, we've got Ted DiBiase. He's going to be in the middle. And on either side of him is Kenta Kobashi. Oh yes, Kenta Kobashi is in the tournament. I've probably mentioned this to you when we set this up, but Kenta Kobashi, I don't know where Kenta Kobashi is. There he is. And also Liz Mark, representing CMML and also working for Impact permanently, so he is representing Impact in a way. We've got Giant Haystacks. Rio has left his company, so. And then we've got Giant Haystacks, who is from the UK, representing Joint Promotions. He is representing Joint Promotions. We've also got Rio, and then in the middle is Doink the Clown. Oh, Rio's in the middle. Doink the Clown's on this end because we put the representing House of Cornet. At the moment, as it stands with the tournament bracket as it is, Masahiro Chono and John Tenta are the only 2 people from the House of Cornet to make it through to the next round. Well, the Kingdom Mountain continues. I don't know why this page is still here. Next week on the next episode, when we have the last fight, when we have the last final matches, and we'll get back onto this. Ultimate Dragon will be staying with Impact Wrestling if I can help it. I will be signing him to a pay-per-view deal after his, appearances are up with us. Well, the final segment of the night is a post-show match. And in a post-show battle, we had a good wrestling and decent match on the card. Ron Simmons, Cyber Slaughter, Rikai Kush, and Kenta Kobashi defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, Rick Rude, Larry Zbyszko, and Joey Lawler in 8-10 when Kenta Kobashi defeated Bam Bam Bigelow by pin of the Orange Crush. Joey Lawler 79, Larry Zbyszko 69, Rick Rude 69, Bam Bam Bigelow 65, Kenta Kobashi 65, Rikai Kush 66, Sandra Slaughter 64, Ron Simmons 58. No recommends 57C minus. That is where we end tonight. Oh yeah, Blackjack Lanza is is replaced Jansen. Ron Simmons is out injured. That's not good. There we go, a 76B minus. Another great show from Impact Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in episode number 5, where we'll have Against All Odds and 2 episodes of Impact as we head towards our 3-year anniversary, a Slammiversary. Thanks for watching.